Hola amigos, and welcome to a game that I've been wanting to LP for a while. I'm gonna start out, since I branched off with Final Fantasy III, I'm deciding to do another RPG. To fill in the gaps and stuff, and keep myself occupied, no? This is the first Pokémon game I ever owned, and it's my favorite. So welcome to Pokémon LeafGreen version. This is your host, Tails Faraga. The various buttons will be explained in the order of their importance, alright? Just pretty much what buttons do what. In the world in which you are about to enter, you will embark on a grand hero with you as the hero. Speak to people and check things wherever you go, be it towns, roads, or caves. Gather information and hints from every source. New paths will open up to you by helping people in need, overcoming challenges, and solving mysteries. At times, you will be challenged by others and attacked by wild creatures. Be brave and keep pushing on. Through your adventure, we hope that you will interact with all sorts of people and achieve personal growth. That is our biggest objective. Press the A button and let your adventure begin. Hello there. Glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokémon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokémon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokémon. For some people, Pokémon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokémon as a profession. But first, tell me a little about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl? Now, usually I'm tempted to go for the girl option, since when I played LeafGreen for the first time, I did pick the female character. Mainly because she's kinda cute, but let's go with a male character. Alright, let's begin with your name. What is it? And my name will be... Alright... Andrew. Right, so your name is Andrew. Alrighty. This is my grandson. Hi, grandson. He's been your rival since you were both babies. What was his name now? Alright. Now, normally, a lot of people I know actually, like one of my best friends, he named his rivals out in each new Pokemon game after who his actual rival was in Pokemon competitive and stuff. Like, I think one of his rivals was me at one time and stuff, so... Oh god. Let's go by his YouTube username then, since I don't want to disclose too much personal information. I hope he doesn't mind that I use his part of his YouTube username. His YouTube username is Rico the Fox Kid, and he is the guy that continuously kicks my ass at Pokemon. Was it Rico? That's right. I remember now. His name is Rico. Alright. Andrew, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. So after 3 minutes of introductions, we're finally put here. And the first thing I do is go to the options, alright? Alright, okay, let's see. Text speed fast. And... let's... Alright, no longer will we have help with the shoulder buttons, okay. Andrew booted up the PC. What would you like to do? Item storage, withdraw item, and there's a potion in here. It's useless to us right now, though. Alright, so pretty much basic RPG overworld type things. We've got an NES here, since this was an old game. Super Nintendo is already out, but... and it's referenced later, but... we can move around, we can interact with various objects as opposed to notice. And if you're in one of these signs, you can actually just move away and it automatically cancels. You don't have to continue reading. Alright, here's the main character's mom. Right, tell him boys leave home someday. It says so on TV. Oh yes, Professor Oak next door was looking for you. Alrighty, so... obviously, we've got to go next door. See, if we go here... Hi, Andrew. My brother Rico's out of Grandpa's lab. Alright. So it's not really next door, it's... well, I guess it is technically next door, just... near us. Alright. What? It's only Andrew. Gramps isn't around. Alright, so... Why did I choose his name to suit my rival? The rival in this game is a jerk. Since we can't really do much of anything in this town, I guess we have no choice but to go north and... Huh? Wait, don't go out! Wear a condom! No. It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Alright. And he takes me back to the lab. Where was he, though? That's what I want to know. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Rika, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Andrew. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha, the Pokemon held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer, but now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can have one. Go on, choose. No fair. What about me? Be patient. You can have one too. Alright, so we can either pick between Bulbasaur, who is very easy to raise, Squirtle, which is one worth raising, or Charmander, who should be raised patiently. Ah, goodness gracious. When I first started this game, I picked Charmander, because Charizard is awesome looking, but, I mean... Who to pick, who to pick, who to pick, who to pick? Squirtle! Ah, okay. Well, with Squirtle, we save ourselves the problem of catching Tentacool later, but, I mean... Let's go with Squirtle! This Pokemon is really quite energetic. I received Squirtle from Professor Oak. And... yes. We will give this male Squirtle the name of... let's go with the shorter name then. Alright, so we've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirtle here. I'll take this one then. And Rico receives Bulbasaur. Alrighty then. So that solves that. Let's take a look at our Pokemon now. You might be thinking, oh wow, that's a pretty sweet Pokemon you've got there. Bashful nature, I'm not an expert on nature, so I can't remember if this is good or bad. Let's see. It seems alright stats-wise. Its ability is Torrent, as usual. And it knows Tackle and Tail Whip. Alright. That's a pretty sweet Pokemon we've got there. Our rival isn't going to get into a fight with us now. Wait, Andrew, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. No, 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 fuck. Welcome to the basics of Pokemon battling. This is a very easy kind of throwaway battle. Go, Mikey! Oh, for Pete's sake, so pushy as always. Andrew, you've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? Pokemon battle has been trainers pit their Pokemon against each other. The trainer that makes the other Pokemon faint by lowering their HP to 0 wins. Rather than talking about it, you'll learn more from experience, alright? So a fight and Tail Whip. I have a strategy here. Now I know strategizing isn't really all that important in a Pokemon game, but hey, or at least not right now. Lowering the foe stats will put you in an advantage, and now we use a damaging move, Tackle. Inflicting damage on the foe is the key to any battle. Alright. And good, they're still using Tackle. So now, critical hit. Alright, what a critical hit does is it will either raise your Pokemon's stats... It will raise... Alright, their stats of attack and defense. Getting a critical hit will raise your attack 6 stages or lower the opponent's defense 6 stages. A lot of people come under the misconception that it just deals double damage, which actually might figure out to about double damage, but a critical hit, it's a bit more technical than that, apparently. Alright, you're level 6. Alright, player defeated the rival. What? Unbelievable, I picked the wrong Pokemon. Yeah, you did. Excellent, if you win prize money and your Pokemon will grow. Battle other trainers and make your Pokemon strong. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle to toughen it up. Andrew, Gramps, smell you later. God, I'm sure he would never use smell you later in real life. Andrew, raise your young Pokemon by making a battle. It has to battle for it to grow. Alright. Nobody gets Charmander. Oh well. Alright, so now... go up north. Welcome to Route 1. Route 1 is where the first variety of wild Pokemon will attack us. And here we go, Pidgey! I'll be catching a Pidgey later in the game, and I'll be training this Pidgey. Pidgey's a pretty viable, use in the game. Honestly, Pidgey is the earliest flying type Pokemon you can get, so it's probably your best bet. Alright, I work at the Pokemon Mart, part of a convenient chain selling all sorts of items. Please visit us in Viridian City. I know, I'll give you a sample. Here we go. And obtain the potion. Potion is a pretty sweet item. What potion does is restores 20 points of health. Very good if you, if your Pokemon is low on health. And they're valuable early on in the game when your Pokemon don't have much max health. This is Rattata. I never really had much use for Rattata or its evolution, so I'm not going to be catching one. Still, if you want to catch one, you can go ahead. But I just don't like it all that much. And also, it's surprisingly hard for me to draw. Now, speaking of drawing, I realized late that I wouldn't have enough time to draw a comic today. Today's Sunday, March 11th, by the way, when I'm recording this. But I realized a little bit late that I wouldn't have enough time to draw a comic. For those who don't know, I run a supposed-to-be weekly webcomic called The Hiroto Show on DeviantArt. It's about an 11-year-old boy named Hiroto Kamikawa and the difficulties of being him when I'm a completely crazy author. By the way, I absolutely know nothing about Japan, so that's why I chose that name. Because it shows that I know nothing. But yeah, I haven't updated it recently, so I realized that today is daylight savings. Spring your clock forward an hour day, and therefore I didn't really have enough time to draw up a comic, so now I'm off schedule by quite a bit, really. I'm gonna have to draw a bunch of comics this week, and alright, so what we just did, this is a Pokemon Center. Most awkward introduction ever. Pokemon Centers are pretty good. They're very good, actually. They will restore your entire party to full health. Even restoring them from status inflictions. There are various status inflictions to see. 25 out of 25 health, and also from that Rattata, we learned Bubble. Bubble is not a very strong attack, but it's good for what we're doing. Alright, so now... So this is Viridian City. It's bigger than Pallet Town. Much bigger. We can go behind buildings and... So this is a pretty sweet game, huh? Let's try to go up. I absolutely forbid you from going through here. This is private property. Okay, so we can... Apparently he owns the road, so... Screw it. God. Hey, you came from Pallet Town. You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? Alright, and received Oak's parcel. Alright, Oak's parcel is invaluable, apparently. So let's go deliver it. Alright, now... Dun dun dun. Da, 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 da. Now you can use these ledges to activate pretty much shortcuts and stuff. You can't go up them, but you can go down them. Alright, and wild Pokemon. As always. And it's a Rattata. As always. Blew Batman away with a Rattata-tat. Alright, Tail Whip. This is a move that lowers defense. This is a Generation 3 Pokemon game. Now, Pokemon is split into so far 5 different generations, not dimensions. Why am I thinking Dead or Alive? Each generation introduces new Pokemon and new moves. Generation 3 is the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald generation, also known as Advanced Generation. Moves are separated into 2 different types now. Physical and Special, and therefore your stats cover Physical Attack and Special Attack. Normal type moves are always physical in this game. Water types are always special. Now there's a thing where they can do direct contact or not, which I will be exploring much later, but... Alright. And we go in here. Oh, Andrew, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me? Alright, delivered Oak's parcel. Oh, it's a custom Pokeball. I had it on order, thank you. Gramps! I almost forgot. What did you call me for? Oh, right, I have a request for you, too. On the desk there is my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Andrew and Rico, take these with you. So we received the Pokédex, which pretty much gives us purpose for living. You can't get detailed data on Pokemon by just seeing them, you must catch them to obtain complete data. So here's some tools for catching wild Pokemon. We received 5 Pokeballs. When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and try to catch it. This won't always work. A healthy Pokemon can escape, you have to be lucky. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world, that was my dream, but I'm too old, I can't get the job done. So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Just get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps, leave it to me. Andrew, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Andrew. Ha ha ha. Don't bother coming around to my place after this. I swear, to God, I will stab you with a knife. God, the rival theme in this game would make that great surf rock. That'd be amazing. That would be fantastic. I would be okay with that. Alright, so let's go in here. And... Gee, that's lazy of him. Here, this will help you. Professor Oak is old and lazy. Okay. So now we have the Pokédex and Pokeballs. Now, one thing I needed to tell about the Pokédex. In the cartoon, it's a full encyclopedia of Pokemon. And in this game, it has data on Pokemon already loaded into it. After birth, its back swells and hardens into a shell. How you know this information just from catching a Pokemon in a tiny little ball? It has information already in it. It's already a complete encyclopedia of all 380-something rather different types of Pokemon. Thing is, you have to apparently unlock that data, because stamped to the ass of every Pokemon ever is an unlocking code. It's a proven scientific fact, trust me. I bet you've noticed the barcode on your Pikachu. But anyway, we've saved the game, because pretty much we're done for this part. So in the next episode, we'll be going north to Viridian City, and hopefully past Viridian City, because there's more to do than just staying around in town. So until then, this is Tales Faraga, signing